Hey everybody, it's time for my second update. First of all, I know it's been like several months since my last one, I think 3 or 4. The reason that happened was because just as I started working on my project, I had to go into what I like to call my 7/12 season, where I work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, and anything else they'll give me to help pay for this moronically expensive project that I've embarked on, building this RV-8. It's just so bad. I see a lot of people giving up, selling their projects and complaining about the engine prices and everything else that's gone up. And so far I'm going to stick with it, even though 2 years ago when I decided to do this, this was like $30,000 cheaper. So if you're going to build this airplane, man, just take your time and do your due diligence, because you're going to find out that it's just going to cost way more than you think it is. So following my 7/12 season, which usually lasts from October, November, December into the holidays, I was gone for the holidays, and then I came back and I had some housework to catch up on, and then some car work to catch up on, and then I spent a little time kind of getting back into the building mode and also teaching some of my friends how to build. And here you'll see some photos of my friend Philip and his kid. They wanted to help learn how to build, and I made some little practice kits for them and taught them how to deburr holes and edges, match drill, back drill, dimple, squeeze rivets, and I even taught them how to buck rivets. So that was fun. The week after I taught them all that, they came back up and we let his daughter build her little practice kit that I got from Cleveland, which you will see pictures of here. So this Friday, she will be back up here to help me do a bunch of deburring. I will get some photos of that and maybe include it in the next update. But right off the bat, I'm going to have to break all of this down here soon, because my wing kit just left Vans today, allegedly. So we'll see if that actually comes here in the next week or so. But I'm gonna have to get all this stuff out of the way so I can get the inventory on that done ASAP. I don't want to risk getting outside of the window of calling to get my free parts that I may be missing. So we'll see what happens. On to the what have I been up to. So I wasn't going to come out here and work on this airplane while I was working 7/12s, because there's just a lot of questions that you always have to answer or find out, and I would burn all that time up trying to figure it, because while the instructions in the kit are incredible, there's still some silly things in it, and I'll point them out to you. But well, I think they're silly, but things that wasted my time. And even though the builder group is fantastic on Facebook, generally when I ask a question on there, I just get a bunch of people going, yeah, you're right, that was kind of messed up or whatever, but nobody ever answers my questions. Anyway, so this is what I've been up to. I decided, since I had limited time, I would go ahead and build Olivia's practice kit that I bought from Vans, to just have something to do with the limited time I had during December. So I managed to do it, and it came out okay. Well, I will tell you that if I build my airplane as good as I built this, I am going to be happy. I'm 51. I'm not trying to build a show winner or have a show winning paint job, which I'll have to do myself, because I'm not paying that much money to, some of you people are paying to get your planes painted. It's asinine. But you see, it came out good. So it was a fun little project. I mean, you can do it in several hours. The only problem I had with the project was I didn't have anything to squeeze rivets into here. I'll have to figure that out. Or, I thought maybe I would try something a little bit different. It's an experimental airplane. So my solution to that is, I don't know, use some alternative methods. I'm just kidding. Anyway, before I get off the subject of this practice flap kit, I'll just tell you a couple of things if you happen to be building one. Here, pay very close attention to the fact that you have a 905 left and a right, and you have a CP1 and a CP2 skin. It's very important. Myself, I use a just slightly over 1 inch PVC pipe and some Gorilla Tape to roll that edge. And I thought it was pretty easy. I did build this little block. It was very, very helpful to do this, even though I think this has nothing to do with any Vans kit right now, putting this little wedge in there and double flushing and whatnot. But this is the shop side of the rivets, and I was really happy with them. The only other thing I will tell you about it is these stiffeners here. This picture shows the metal flat, and when you get it, it will be already bent 90 degrees. So just pay attention to where these little specifically shaped holes are, and you should be able to do this in a matter of minutes. Like mark them, cut them, get to deburring them. It's really, really easy. Let's see. Yeah, that covers that. So once the holidays and half of January were over, I managed to get that going. And this is upside down at the moment, but this is my left horizontal stabilizer. So it's really close to match drilling time on this. The only thing I have left is to drill this rib in here. I've already got it drilled on the back, and I've got my 4 rivets coming through. So it's close. Once I get that in, I think I get to, I'll double check the instructions, but I think I get to do my clecos in every other hole and then just start match drilling everything and deburring it and then dimpling it and having it ready to shoot. Now, I will jump over to the right side and get it up to this. I'm not going to rivet anything together because that service bulletin came out for the outboard elevator hinge brackets. I'm not sure exactly what parts they're going to send me, but allegedly that stuff is coming when they get it. So once I get this thing ready to once I get it ready to rivet, I'll just set it to the side. I got everything marked really well. And then I'll move on to probably the vertical stabilizer. But I will tell you, if you just started building or you're about to, once you get to even just this part where you get to put the skin on, it gets you really excited. So, just pluck away at it. If you have any, questions, don't waste your time on them. Just go to the builder group, or most of the time you don't even have to. I've actually never called Vans, so you probably don't even have to waste your time because the Facebook builder group is so active. Even though I have a hard time getting my questions answered, but a lot of things you can figure out on your own. Let's see here. I'll tell you right off the bat, this step here where it tells you to draw this rivet line on these doublers, don't waste your time with it. It's nothing. I'm not even going to talk about it. And then where you need to find this hole to trim the bracket in here, just take your spar, your forward spar, and cleco it to the skin. Yep, cleco it to the skin with the outboard holes, and then find that little hole where they want you to trim these angles in here, because it doesn't give you a dimension. It just tells you to use minimum edge distance for that rivet. Anyway, just cleco it and then mark the hole, then take it back out of the skin. That's why I have that other skin out over there. Hello, how you doing? So yeah, as far as the horizontal stab went, I will tell you, besides this waste of time thing right here, because it doesn't even show you a dimension for this on the drawing, it's pointless. And it's going to be for the 4 rivets that go through this forward rib. And you'll figure that out once you cleco it into the skin here, edge cleco it, or however you're going to do it, clamp it. And then you'll have a center line on there. It'll actually tell you to drill these 2 holes to a 40 before you even put this thing on here. Then once you clamp it in, you'll back drill it, and then this rib will go in and you'll pick up those holes on the front side, which it shows a center line. I'm not going to pay attention to the center line even though it told me to draw it. I'm just going to make sure that I have proper edge distance whenever I cleco it flush with the skin and the flanges. So yeah, other than that, like, I got a lot of stuff checked off here for the left side, and I'm working on my second side. So that's pretty much where I'm at. I'm getting my wing kit here soon, like I said, and we'll get that inventoried and get back to doing this. Once you get to this part, it's like, you know, you're on a roll, you have your questions answered, and you're just plucking away at it. And I am going to tell you that, as much as I hate to do it because this project is already way too expensive, I mean, this is rich man crap now, but I'm a poser and I'm just going to pretend to be one of those, even though I'm not. But I am going to be on Team Prime, the inside of everything, because no matter what you do, you just can't help but scratch everything up, or some of your parts even come pre-scuffed up. That's all the way down that spar channel. You just can't help it. So I will put a light coat of primer on everything that's not going to receive paint on top of it on the inside. So of course I'll use a different primer and paint for anything exposed later on whenever I have to, you know, paint my own airplane, because I'm not rich like a lot of you people that can just throw money at stuff. But I do work hard for what I get. So just some of us have to do that. Anyway, that should cover that update. So hopefully I'll have another one out really soon. If you have any questions, let me know.